Hey guys, thanks for joining the video today. I'm going to be doing an analysis on waves, and I honestly haven't looked at this one in a long time. Ever since where we had a nice move back in the end of 2018 when Bitcoin was kind of dying, waves was going on a major rally and haven't really looked at it since, but I think it's probably worth it to take a look at it now. um, I'm going to be taking a look at the Bitcoin trading pair, not the USD trading pair, so it's going to be a little different than usual. A lot of times I do pay attention to um, the USD trading pair, and I just realized my banner on this video says Bitcoin analysis, and I will be taking a look at waves just for clarity. So apologize for the mix up there. But I'm going to be taking a look at the waves versus Bitcoin trading pair instead of the USD trading pair, because we already did an analysis on Bitcoin. We kind of know what's happening there, but I want to take a look and see what waves could potentially be doing here. Of course, this is just my opinion. This isn't financial advice, and you're responsible for your own trades and managing your own risk. So I'm going to take a look at the daily time frame. I'm going to get rid of all of my other indicators and just kind of look at the naked chart here, and see what this kind of looks like. Well, my first thought, and of course you guys are probably all seeing this as well. We've got these huge wicks to the downside, and especially back here on April 16th. Just a nasty wick all the way down here, almost to basically like zero, right? So I can't speculate what happened there. If it was a large player that was just hitting market sell their entire position, I think that would have been a pretty reckless move, but it's always possible. But nonetheless, we are where we are. So a couple things I do want to point out that I see here pretty easily. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. I see a double bottom here in this range, which is pretty important. I'm also seeing this level right here holding some importance. And then of course, if we get up here, so if we can find our way back up to this range, this is also going to be important. So this held as support, and then support, and it fell through, and then when it fell through, nasty wick, right? Then we went back up, we found this as support. Once we fell through, nasty wick down. So I would be inclined to say that this level here at 5,000 to 4,200, this is a range that's going to be pretty hard to get through. So I'm going to say this level here is going to kind of be our red zone to the upside. I think that it's going to be very difficult for us to push through that if we do happen to get up there. So I'm just going to keep my eyes up there. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So now the next question is, what's going on right now? Okay, well, one, we know the alts are doing fairly well, but the question that a lot of people have is waves going to follow that same trend? So I'm just going to use some of our basic tools here because we've already gone through an internal retracement. Let's just see how far we've gone. And I'm looking here at the daily on a log scale. If I move down to a linear scale, this looks much worse. Looking at a log scale, because I'm looking at more of a longer time frame, this looks a little bit better. But still very possible that this thing breaks down. If we break these lows back here, which this is also showing to be pretty significant support here at about 960. Let me just go ahead and highlight this for you. And that's going to be about right here. Okay, so we've got a couple things to pay attention to. We've got this area right here, which was support. We've got current support starting to form right now. And if this breaks, then what we basically have to look at is this next level, which is going to be down here, 860 or so. That's going to be down here at the 786. And if I move back to a linear scale, the 786 is at 889, so very possible that it does move down here to 889 if this current pivot doesn't hold. So again, I'm going to keep myself on my log scale, but it's perfect as far as support goes, but we're just teetering right there, right? So if waves is going to turn around, it's got to do it now. It's got to turn around right here where we're at, and it has to move to the upside. And if it does, we're going to be targeting here about 1780 to 2000. Somewhere in this range is probably where we're going to get stopped out. we did have a bearish retest here. So we had support and then we had basically rejection. Then our next retest right here, as you can see, moving over to the left, we got the same rejection there. So basically what we have is we have our support here and we have a resistance here. So, it's possible to get a scalp trade down here. Maybe you try and pick up some long-term trades down here in this range. Down here in the 950 range is where I would be interested in. But again, it is very possible that this moves down here to 860. And when you've got prices as low as they are, a move from where we are down to 863, you're talking about a 12, almost 13% move to the downside. But nonetheless, your reward is, looking at about a 70 to 80% increase to the upside. Now, is this going to happen? We really don't know. If this is going to pivot where we're at, so if we pivot right here, then what I'm going to be looking for is at a minimum a move up here to 1200. So, even at that rate, let's see here, a move up here 1200 is still a 26% move to the upside. So you've still got money to be made if we do make a move up here to the upside. Watch out for bearish retests because we have this support here and now we're trading below it. So the chances are pretty good that we do get a rejection, maybe even up here at 1167, to where we'll make this move back down here to 857. So right now this is looking pretty good for a move up just a little bit. So basically what I'm going to be looking for is down here and then make this move up here to the upside. Maybe we come a little bit higher here to 1200, but chances are this could stop here at 382. And then we're going to see this last move down here before we see, a nice more impulsive move up here to that 236. Then we see this nice pullback here to get a bullish retest, and then we get this move finally up there to 2300. So right now we're in a little bit of chop in waves, in my opinion. Now Bitcoin is going to be the one that's going to be ruling this, but at least for right now, what I can see, and we were doing this on, we did this on Matic as well. So I want to kind of outline this in the same fashion. We've got this bottom, we've got this top here. So we had support right here at the median, trading below. Chances are we come, back down here anywhere between 860 and 900. That's going to be halfway between the median and the lower, so that's going to be our basically 20%, 25% range of this. And then we can continue to see a little bit of an expansion to the upside. If I change this around a little bit and I go, instead of a channel, I do a fib channel, which I do have my expansion put in here already. Let's see what that would look like. So again, we've got this move here over to the right, and then we're going to go ahead and pull this over here to the top. So here we've got, basically our halfway point right here at 883, and then we have our 236 extension, row 1780, excuse me. And then our overall expansionary target is going to be sitting right here at about 2050. So still chances that this thing does move to the upside, but at least for right now, this is chopping a little bit in here. Probably in this median range, we're going to be ranging here for a little bit. But once we do finally break up and out of this 1100 to 1200 range, then I think that it is very possible that we do go up here to the 2000 levels. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right here on at least waves for the short term. After this resolves, likely we'll be doing another pullback, and then maybe we'll make a push up here for this 4,000 to 5,000 range. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens, because right now this still has plenty of room to go to the downside. Okay, just because it was once up here at 11,000 satoshis doesn't mean that it can't go down to like 70 or 80 satoshis, right? So you have to be very careful with that. But at least for the move that we currently have here, nice move to the upside, an internal retracement, and then we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. But again, potential, it could go higher, but right now I think it's gonna range at least for the next, maybe for the next month. So, so maybe waves is gonna be the one for the real alt run, because right now I think we're just in a little bit of a relief rally, and then we're going to be doing some pullbacks, and then we'll eventually finally have our real alt season, but that's probably not going to happen until probably July. All right, guys, that's what I've got on waves. But anyway, thanks for watching. If this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, a good night, or a good evening.